So I haven't spoken about Brandon and Julia in a really long time, and given her the performance that she gave in her interview, I think that's what I'm going to talk about today. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. I am the She in Sheality TV, and today I want to talk about 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, specifically Brandon and Julia. In this episode, Brandon and Julia, Julia's always nagging about how she wants to leave the farm, and honestly speaking, she is forever complaining about having to take care of the animals and all of that other kind of stuff that she has to do because she lives on the property for free. But I feel like, oh girl, you're not paying for anything. You're not paying rent. You're not paying for electric. You're not paying water. You're not paying for food. You're not paying for anything. So, shoot, I would do that. I would be fine with feeding the pigs and doing all that other kind of stuff so that I could live for free while me and my husband find somewhere to live. But I don't know, these girls, they come from wherever they come from to the US and all they do is complain. It doesn't matter what their circumstance is. They complain. It's all they do. Anyway, Brandon and Julia go out on an apartment hunt. And naturally, they don't go look for something that's in their price range or within their budget. They go look at some swank, gigantic, brand new apartment that we all knew just from looking at it that they could not afford. There's no way. But you know what? I don't know. What does Brandon do? Like, what does he do for work? Right? Do they ever say what he does for work? Because we know he has a job, right? So after all this time that he's been living at home, paying no rent, not paying for food, not paying electricity, or any of the other stuff that comes with being an adult, how can he not afford an apartment that's $1,800 a month? He should have money coming out of his backside. How can he not afford it? He should have been saving money all this time. What is he, 27, 28? Really? You can't afford that? You can't afford an $1,800 a month apartment, and you should have been saving money all this time? What has he been spending his money on? And so from one perspective, I kind of understand Julia's disappointment. I kind of understand it. First, because I feel like, why take her to a place that swank if you can't afford it, right? And I know she called and set up the meeting or whatever, but what, she not tell him anything? Did he not see the ad? Did he not, like, nothing? I don't know. Regardless, the rent wasn't so astronomical that they shouldn't have been able to afford it. I mean, doesn't just about everyone in a major city pay at least $1,800 a month for rent? If you're living in a decent place, isn't that what you pay anyway? I don't understand. But on the flip, I feel like she doesn't have a job. So, I don't know. I feel like you don't get to dictate how much we pay for rent because she doesn't have a job. When she gets a job and she starts to contribute, okay, but now she has her paperwork, so she doesn't have that excuse anymore. And speaking of a job, let's move on to her interview at a gym. So Julia gets herself an interview at a gym. So from what I understand, this thing was supposed to be a dance instructor with an emphasis on strength training, right? So I'm thinking, some kind of aerobics with weights, right? So Julia meets with, club manager, and he kind of explains the position to her and says, okay, well, show me what you got. When she kneeled down and opened that bag and pulled out those clear heels, I fell out of my couch. I just about died. And then when she slips her feet into them and starts to do that dance, I'm thinking, Julia, this is gym club, not strip club. There's a difference. And I don't know, I feel like Julia and Brandon don't communicate, like, at all. They didn't communicate with the apartment. They didn't communicate with her job interview, because I'm sure that if she told Brandon something about the position that she was interviewing for, he would have said, oh, like he would have given her some kind of an explanation that would have helped her understand it better, right? Or, I don't know, what did she think she was applying for? I mean, the dance, right? All she was missing was a pole. I don't know. I just feel like they don't communicate at all. And I know that all of this, all this reality TV stuff is scripted and manipulated, but I don't know, guys. Sharp Entertainment, you guys need to start getting these stories to make more sense, right? They don't make sense. If we can pick them apart, you guys need to go back to the drawing board, right? It's like they don't decide what's going to happen till they're on the set, like till they're in the location. And then, they kind of go, okay, we'll do this, right? And do this doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I don't know. That dance. And the poor guy, the poor man is he's trying to watch without obviously looking like he's leering at her because there's a camera on him. But she is busy doing her business, and yeah, that was priceless. That actually was fun to watch. So she gets past her interview, they get back into the car. They're going to continue the conversation about how they can't afford the place. They ended up leaving the apartment, and she was mad, talking about how she, this is the part he brought her to the apartment of her dreams, and now she's going to ending up going back to the farm, and he told her that they couldn't afford it. So I don't know, how is she being left up to finding the apartment, right? Or how is he not taking the reins on that, right? She knows nothing about what it costs to rent a place and all that other kind of stuff. She's talking about how she paid $100 a month, rent is $100 a month where she comes from. I don't know what she's living in, but you can't live in a cardboard box under a bridge for $100. You can't live outside for $100. No cardboard box. You can't do anything for $100 anywhere. I don't care, anywhere. I happen to live in one of the most expensive cities in North America, but even if you live in one of the cheapest, you can't afford to live for $100 anywhere. So I don't know, it'd be nice to see where she lived before coming to the US. Anywho's, that's all I've got for Brandon and Julia. My name is Debbie. This is Sheality TV. I will see you next time. Peace.